I'm a bit late to the party, but Nyad on Netflix is an inspiring story of strength and perseverance. It's available now, so have you seen it? Nyad tells the true story of athlete Diana Nyad, who, at the age of 60, and with the help of her best friend and coach, commits to achieving her lifelong dream, a 110-mile open ocean swim from Cuba to Florida. So this stars Annette Bening as Nyad and Jodie Foster as her best friend Bonnie. And while this is a dramatized retelling of Nyad's journey, the film heavily showcases real footage of Nyad throughout her swimming career, expertly interweaving archival footage with the film to add additional tension and excitement to the production. Now, Nyad, she's not a wholly likable character. She's abrasive, argumentative, and impatient, but she's also incredibly driven and tenacious. And Bening did an amazing job at crafting a character that we want to both slap and then cheer on. And I appreciate the balance that the production also brings to the character, allowing her positives to far outweigh any perceived negatives. And while she isn't always likable, she's easy to get behind and cheer on with her attempts. And her performance is very convincing, thanks not only to the makeup that just creates sunburns and these saltwater caked skin scenarios, but also the large amount of footage that we watch with her in the water. Now, the camera is often in the water underneath the character to catch the strokes in the choppy water, as well as the physical struggle that's apparent on her face. Jodie Foster is also awesome in this. She's very down to earth as Nyad's best friend, and when crap starts to get hairy, the concern and conflict that she has about supporting her friend but also trying to keep her safe, I thought was excellently conveyed. Their dynamic is also encouraging to watch, coming across naturally as longtime friends who have ups and downs but also share a deep love and respect for each other. Rhys Ifans also stars in this, and while his role is smaller and more background, his influence on the story is wonderful because he helps to add a bit of levity to situations without any of the humor just feeling forced or cringy. But he also works to humanize Nyad when she's more abrasive, balancing her fiery passion with subdued logic and quiet words. Now, the movie comes in at 2 hours, but the time flew by, moving efficiently through each attempt at that monumental swim. And we're shown just enough from each of her attempts to understand the hardship and also what caused the necessity to terminate a swim. There are also flashbacks we watch play out from Nyad's childhood, showcasing events that shape who she is now, which also help to determine her mindset as she is swimming these precarious waters. These moments are also extremely emotional, watching the character mentally process and work through memories and traumas. So she's fighting a few battles all at once. Not only is she up against the unpredictable elements, but she's also battling demons of her past and the moments that haunt her. Now, one of the strongest elements in this movie is the editing. I already mentioned how the film just interweaves archival footage and it's immersive with the result. Now, if you saw the Michael J. Fox documentary Still, that was told using a somewhat similar style. And even though Still executed it better, Nyad still creates a massive sense of excitement as the shots alternate from the real Nyad to Bening. And I know, it can make it sound like it's kind of a choppy viewing experience to have footage that has some different grain and aesthetics. But really, because this is a consistent style throughout the story, it's not distracting or weird. Instead, it's complementing what we watch. I also really had fun with the positivity of the story. There's some dark moments to Nyad's life, and the film, it doesn't shy away from them, but they're also not focused on creating drama, but instead illustrating why she's such a force to be reckoned with. There's also a realism to her journey. We see the exhaustion and the defeat when something doesn't work out. But also, instead of just throwing in the towel, she's chomping at the bit to go back out. That's a massive amount of determination. And when you see some of the challenges that she has to overcome while in the ocean, I think almost everybody is going to call it quits at the first difficulty, even if we could begin at all. So if you need something that's uplifting and inspiring that also incorporates captivating performances and astounding editing, Nyad is certainly going to fill that need. Annette Bening is spectacular, as are Jodie Foster and Rhys Ifans, all working to capture the real-life harrowing adventure that was filled with frustration, danger, and then ultimately success. There's no sex, only some very brief nudity in the mid-credits, a lot of profanity, and some violence, including sexual assault. I give Nyad 4.5 out of 5 couches. So have you seen any inspiring or uplifting movies lately? I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.